talk about things manifesting under guises, the reverse manifestation, where we see good and things in linear time, but really something else is happening within. We can't see it. Um, Parenting was a huge one, and that kind of all just went undetected, unquestioned under, guise of norms, societal norms, which we're finding out now that wasn't so normal in a lot of ways. But basically what manifests out of parenting is, like straight narcissism. And then this seems to spread to the kids. It spreads pretty much everywhere. And you see a lot of narcissistic bullying almost carry out through norms in interaction all over. Whether it's science saying, well, fine then, don't use my science if you don't believe in my science, but it's not even their science. Or they say, I don't believe in science, they try to use narcissistic bullying to try to hurt you off the inverse of not wanting to hear, the truth or what you have to say, or the facts don't care about their feelings, all that kind of stuff. That seems to ignite the inner narcissism. Narcissists always deny that they're in narcissism, but they live like they're above the law, like they're not, they live like they're immune to all this stuff that you might be telling them that is the universe, that they're not really immune to. That kind of takes on that God psychosis that I mentioned, where they think they become all-knowing, perfect, flawless, that this is the highest of high knowings, this is the right, good, perfect thing to do. They never really stop and question. They cease the questioning process. So, parenting has a lot of elements like that in it. And it seems to spread to the kids. Even liberals, the whole acting out they do, which is really just narcissistic bullying. Triggering ad hominems are all elements in there. That's all, basically what equates to narcissistic bullying. I grew up with a narcissist, really, I guess, good one, you could say. And, I've had a lot of experience working with them. Aside from not going to school to learn about the mind, which is the universe, I kind of just lived in the universe and studied people. If you need a degree to do that, then maybe there's something I'm missing here. But, I don't doubt that I don't know everything. So, I don't know everything. But this is what I do feel is applicable, in my humble opinion, about things like parenting and the norms. So that's just like one element that seems to manifest. And I think if you keep doing that over time, you kind of get like a sociopathy, where you're tired of hearing people tell you because you don't believe them anyway. You think you do know wrong. You think they can't tell you because they're your youngin or something else. They're your kid and you're the parent. Like parents aren't superheroes. They won't always be right. They won't always know everything. And neither will we. We all kind of share that common same thing. So parents, aren't always right. They probably will admit that unless they're narcissists. So, you don't want to sell the idea to your kids that you're always right and, perfect, flawless superhero, because that's a whole nother package of stuff. And, I've struggled with that one over the years too, holding parents to the standard that they're superheroes, that they're always right. And really that's just a fiction. It's not right to do to them and not right to do to yourself. So parents can get things wrong sometimes. And, that's just the nature of people, the flawed nature. So you can't really escape that, no matter what ideological guise you're putting on, what identity you're putting on. There's sort of elements to the universe that we can't just ignore. We're not higher than them. And, if we don't do the laws, then we're subject to all sorts of distortions and effects that, over time I've explained and I'll explain on the YouTube too. And those effects are exactly what we're seeing out in society. And psychologists seem to be blind to it. Everything's falling down around them. They don't really know what the problem is, and they don't know where it came from. They seem to only go back, a couple years and go from these perverted platforms and such, which just spiral out more perversions, naturally. That's just naturally in time, and nobody's above the law of time. So there's a lot of above the lawness out there, that's for sure. Not enough humility and what is the other one? Altruism, And the more people make a hubbub, big thing and place emphasis on all that, then the more people fight and compete and naturally do the opposite of altruism and humbleness, going after these ideas of altruism and humbleness, which aren't ideas, these are states of being. So a lot of weird stuff's manifested under parenting and the guise of norms, which are all under the guise of norms, which have been cycling things like parenting and tradition for quite a while. So you have to not go further back in the history, but within yourself, inside the heart, you seem to remove layers of time and crud and perversion, so you go back that way.